Hi, Taurus. Welcome back. Let's get into this. This is going to be a general reading for Taurus. Taurus, we have the Ace of Wands as the first card in your reading. So, okay. Taurus, you might be going into a new direction very soon. Something that you're very eager to do or excited about. I do feel like you are regaining your confidence to do something here. Maybe you have been wanting to do something, but has been held back in the past or something, and now there's been a change in your energy with that Ace of Wands energy, where I feel like there was, okay, so I was right. There was a time recently where you didn't get what you wanted because of your own in inability to move forward, right? Or your own inability to do something here. Maybe your confidence wasn't up, or maybe you just felt like you didn't have the determination to get something done, okay? But you do now, and you will. I'm seeing a change coming. Okay, I'm definitely seeing a change coming. I'm also seeing you putting an end to a relationship. This might be making you very sad, okay? You're having to walk away from a situation. It is definitely putting you into your own emotions. You're holding back your emotions about this. Like, I'm getting like you want to cry, but you don't. You want to cry. Like, inside of yourself, you want to cry about something, but you're not letting it out. You're holding that cry inside. Spirit is saying to cry. Sometimes we need to cry in order to get it out. Okay? So, Taurus, I do feel like you might be also on the journey of going into a new journey. Like, you're on this journey and you're going to change directions and go on to a new journey in life here. You could also find yourself feeling like you don't have the energy to do something here. Like, you just don't have the energy to get up and do something. So, um, maybe something's going on with your health or something, okay? Or you just can't find the motivation to do something. Like, you really want to do something, but you just can't get the motivation to do it. Oh, you know what? It's like me. I want my yard to get cleaned up, and I just can't get the motivation to get out there and do it. Maybe it's something like that. But for you, I think it's more of going on a journey, okay? More of getting out and doing something different. Because I do feel very strongly there's like a lack of direction going on here of how to get what you want, and maybe finances might have something to do with it, with that Knight of Wands energy. It might be finances. Finances is holding you back. That's what's keeping you unmotivated. Maybe you're spinning your wheels and you're just not getting the funds together that you need. Okay? So like maybe you're working a lot but just not getting paid. You know what I mean? So you can't jump up and go do what you want to do, right? I do feel like you're trying to work at something here, okay, with the Five of Wands in reverse. I do feel like you're trying to work at something there. Um, or like you're trying to find a solution to something that you really want, right? Okay. And for the relationship thing, I do feel very strongly that you're just tired of the conflicts, yeah, and the games. I think this person plays a lot of games here, possibly a lot of mind games, and this is where you're very eager. That's the one thing that you're very eager about, is to get out of this relationship. You're very eager to put it into that. You're very eager to end the toxicity, okay? Because I do feel like you have had some toxicity with that person. So you're ready for a change in a relationship, an ending to a relationship. That's what I'm getting. It might make you feel sad because of the home. Not necessarily because of this person, but because of the home. Maybe you have children with this person, you have pets, or you just really enjoy the neighborhood. You're like, oh, I love this neighborhood. I don't want to leave. Something like that. But it's time to go ahead and move forward in a new direction. With that Chariot card coming out, it's time to leave the toxicity behind. With the Devil card coming out in reverse, I think you're realizing that there was a lot of toxicity, more toxicity than you realized in a relationship, in a situation. I do feel like you suffered and you don't. There could be things that you just can't talk about, or toxicity or things that happen there that you just can't really pinpoint exactly. I don't know how to explain that, but maybe it's your intuition. Like your intuition is telling you, hey, there was more going on here than you realize, right? That kind of thing. Like you were picking up on it, you knew something was going on, but for one of you, maybe somebody in your, like your partner was cheating or something, right? And you were picking up on it. I do feel like you were suffering, you suffered, or you're suffering a lot because of a breakup. I also see here that you realize that you made some very poor choices, but you had to walk away because, well, rather, it's not really you walked away. Actually, I do feel like you snuck away. And now you're wondering, yeah, I feel like now you're wondering, was that the right decision? Did you, was that the right thing to do? You might be very emotional about this situation, and you're holding in all those emotions. So, yeah, if you need to cry, it's good to go ahead and cry. Get out those emotions, those negative feelings that you're feeling. I do feel like you were dealing with somebody who was manipulative. I do feel like you were dealing with somebody who told you that they loved you, but their words were coming out one way and they were saying, "Oh, I love you," but their actions were something else. Their actions didn't match didn't match their words, okay? That's what I'm hearing. Like, so they might have told you things like they love you and things like that, but or they told you that they were sorry, you know what I mean? That they were going to change or something like that, and they didn't change. They didn't do anything. Okay, things just kept staying the same way. So you suffered, okay, and there was an imbalance because that person's actions and their words didn't match. So it caused an imbalance there. I do feel like there's a level of I want to say a level of acceptance. Like you're finally getting to that point in life where you're able to accept what happened in that house, okay? Because I do feel like there was something that happened in that house, something that you're in denial about, okay? That was so traumatizing that you're just denying it, or you're just can't face it just yet, okay? So it could be a challenge, Sometimes our brains do that to protect us. But with the Four of Cups coming out, um, for one, I want to say that I do feel like you more likely are in a period in your life right now where you feel disconnected to the situation. And I want to just say that I do feel very strongly that that is a survival mechanism. Like you're disconnected from the family, or you're feeling disconnected from your surroundings, or you're just feeling disconnected from what happened in the past. I do feel like that's your brain's way of protecting itself from not necessarily having to deal with something because you're not ready to deal with it just yet. Okay. I also feel like you possibly have suffered from like a lack of pleasure in life, a lack of fun, a lack of living in the moment, okay, because of the situation and what happened in that house and what happened in that relationship. It literally stole the joy out of your life, Taurus. That's what I'm seeing. So, like maybe people were inviting you, hey, come and watch a movie with us. We're going to go see the new movie. And you're like, nah, no, it's okay. And somebody was like, "Oh, well, you got to come and we're going to celebrate. Come to this party with us." And you're like, "Nah." So I do feel like you rejected a lot of things, okay? A lot of opportunities to have fun, basically. And I think you just rejected it so much. And it has come to your attention that you realized, wow, for the past 10 years, what fun have I had? It's kind of giving me that energy like you were waiting um, and asking like, "Are we having fun yet?" You know, when's the fun gonna start? You know, so and I think now with you finally realizing this little piece of the puzzle, it does look like now you're ready for this. Okay, you're ready to let go of that feeling of being alone all the time. Okay, and I do feel like you're ready to get out of that mindset of feeling stuck. Because sometimes, you know, we leave a situation, but the emotions stay with us for a long time, even after that person's out of our life, you know? And I think this person really made you feel stuck for a long time, even after they were gone. You know, you probably haven't seen this person in 2 years or 8 years or 4 years. I'm getting eight again, so maybe 8 years. You know, you haven't seen that person in a long time, but yet the feelings is still there. You're still in survival mode, okay? Because that's what I'm hearing. You're still stuck in that survival mode. So now you're ready. You're ready for pleasure. You're ready to experience life. Okay? You're ready for a new chapter in your life. That's what I'm seeing. This is the time for you to go ahead and let it go. You know, work on it in your own pace, of course. I'm not going to rush you, you know, but because I do feel like this is a journey and you're still on it. Well, the good thing is, I do feel like with this card coming out, that you are seeing progress. So that makes me feel like Taurus. Now you are getting in that mindset. Like, you know what? Let's go have a park. Let's go walk around the park. Let's go to the zoo. Let's go to the museum. You know, I'm getting that kind of energy. With the temperance, I do see that this is something that you're working on. This is something that you are seeing some changes in, where you are able to live in the here and now finally. You know, it's like finally you can go sit in a restaurant and actually enjoy the food without feeling stressed, without taking that. You know what it reminds me of? People who have PTSD, okay? And I'm not saying you have PTSD, but in a kind of way you do, because of the emotions that are being the emotions that you still have stuck to you, like this feeling of not really enjoying life, you know, not really feeling pleasure, you know, even when you should feel pleasure, I think that you don't feel it, you know. So maybe you did go to the party, but then you just didn't enjoy it. Maybe you did go out to eat, but you just couldn't enjoy the food, right? That's what I mean by PTSD. Like, it's, you know, because it kind of reminds me of what people who have PTSD go through, right? So even though this person, maybe even 10 years, guys, maybe 10 years, you haven't seen this person and you're still overcoming a lot. Wow. And for one of you, you might even be questioning, you know, if this, did you do the right thing? I think so, because you're finally getting into this position where you're finally seeing progress, you know, and you're finally being able to start working on your life again. Wow, so it's been a really long journey, you know? If it has been 10 years, that's a long time to spend in this like no man's land. And I think that's how you felt like you were in no man's land, or you felt like a ghost in your own life kind of energy, where you really weren't participating in your life. You were just like living day by day and just going through the motions without really enjoying it. Spirit wants you to know now is a new day. We have the Ace of Wands coming out. Now is a new day for you. It's a new, fresh start for you. Now you're going to be able to enjoy life. You're going to be able to have the excitement of trying new foods out, the excitement of watching a new movie, the excitement of going and feeding the ducks at the park. You know, it doesn't have to be something you pay for. It could be something simple as that, right? Um, and I do feel like getting this back into your life is very imperative at this time, okay? And to sit back and just really soak it in. Pause while you're in the middle of it. Pause if you go to a restaurant, you know, just pause for a little while. Look around and really be able to soak in your environment, because I think that is something that you haven't been able to do for a long time. So soak it in. There's no rush, okay? There's no time period. It's not like you go into a restaurant and they're like, you got 30 minutes. You better hurry up and eat that food. No, take your time. Look around. Take a smaller bite. You know, Instead of eating a spoonful, cut that spoonful in half so you could really give your brain time to adjust to it, enjoying what you're experiencing. Okay? Because I feel like at some point, the connection between your brain and pleasure has been cut off so severely because of this past relationship that it's like you're going to have to retrain your brain to say it's okay. It's okay to enjoy life. It's okay to treat yourself. It's okay to have fun. You understand what I'm saying? So it's okay, Taurus. It's okay. You know what I mean? The whole purpose of life is to enjoy life. Life is supposed to be a gift from God. You know what I'm saying? Just because somebody else came in and tried to take that away from you, you don't give them what they want. I don't know how else to say it. You don't give them what they want, right? This was a gift that God gave to you, Taurus, not to them. Your life wasn't meant for them to take. This is your life that God wants you to experience, that God wants you to experience these things like food and movies and entertainment and enjoying life and socializing with people, okay? Okay, Taurus, that's what I have for you. That's your message for today. Thank you for joining me, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye.